Whoa!
There we go.
Oh,
the narrator.
Ah! So you're the narrator. Every time I ask you something. This is all for stuff that we haven't done yet. I'm gonna start. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you can
Okay.
only ask so many.
Are you part of me or are you something else?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
Oh. Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks.
I'm aware. And if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's
stop.
a bait
Don't
question.
burn questions on
Okay,
something like
it was
that.
a bait question.
It was a bait question.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. What is this, please? I've met
Where
you
are
many
we?
times. Where are we?
A construct. It was supposed to keep the two of you trapped here until the job was done. And it was supposed to guide your hand to help you see things through. The construct you're in exists in every world at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both you and her into a new world. But you're waking up to your true nature now. It won't be able to work like that anymore.
These versions of you, you
Yeah.
said that before, yeah. There really was meaning different yous.
Yeah.
You were, and it was by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to
Oh,
work.
wow, that's
like
kind
That
of the
kind of
same.
said the same thing.
Yeah.
These people out there beyond the walls of the construct, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them? And what is my true identity?
I think asking the bear questions, keeping anything simple
Yeah.
of like what you are doesn't really matter anymore. What he is, I don't think matters
Yeah.
too much. We need to figure out information like what is going to help us in understanding what's going on. Those will fill in the biggest gaps.
So how about I ask this one?
I don't think it's a bad one, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion.
Oh, we're Endsinger.
When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
Scroll down more. Just go to the bottom.
So you do know about the looping. That was one of the ones I was leaning towards, but...
No, because he also mentioned that you were always meeting new versions of him.
yeah.
Scroll down back. Don't go scrolling up. My true identity, I think, would be a nice one.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good one to understand. Who are we in relation to him?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Oh. We're the long quiet. Scroll all the way to the bottom again. You might have opened up a new question.
There are new questions at the top.
Scroll to the bottom first, though. How am I supposed to get rid of the world of death? Who cares about dying? I've died plenty of times. How would you...
Why would you want to rid the world of death? What is the princess? Did you make her too? Are you a god or were you a god?
Yeah, a lot of these ones at the top seem to be just the old ones as well.
A god. I always knew I was special.
Don't say that.
I don't want to
stupid.
be a god. I want to be me. Yeah, the important ones seem to be at the bottom. I would say either asking about the princess or why would you want to rid the world of death? Or
yeah, why would you want to rid the world of death?
If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you cannot grasp the abject horror of dying. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering.
But suffering sucks, and it sucks to die, but it's also part of living. What is the princess?
Yeah.
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. Seems that every me you met did a real shit job of it.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, yeah.
Get.
Ran out of questions. Death of the author is the name of the achievement. You've run out of questions.
I think you're out of time. I'm not going to stay here. I'm not going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die. For good, rest easy. I'm going to destroy her lie. Destroy her. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I still have to see what she thinks about all of this. Wow.
I'm kind of feeling this one. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet.
Yeah.
I've said my piece, and my time is up. I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it's finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you.
Proceed to the cabin one last time.
When you arrive at the heart of things, there's no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Whoa.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Huh.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
A lot of butts. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear a conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
So many stories we left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Don't you have a say in all this? Why is it all falling on me? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I can make a choice. If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. I can't do that. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them lead to this moment? There has to be another way. This can't just come down to me either destroying you or letting you out. I told you what would happen when we reached this point. Slay the princess. And then just slay the princess. And then I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to leave or where to go. I want to say, don't you have a say in all this? Because that's one thing we've been consistent about, is asking her opinion.
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
But I didn't want to... Oh no.
Masses mob you. There is no beginning to them, nor is there an end. There is only the flood of bodies. And every moment you hold every possible sensation at once, and then you hold them all again. And in the end, you returned it to me. For a brief moment, you were everything. A chaos that needed ordering. But without chaos, there is no reason.
You seemed in pain. I'm sorry for what I did to you, but it was the only thing I could do.
I saw with a single pair of eyes what I needed dozens to comprehend. And now here we are, each with millions of eyes, and all of them opening to what we are. To question everything is to deny proof of the reality that lies in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you did not live alone. You found me, and we held trust in each other for no reason than to believe in something that wasn't us. Cold skepticism turned to liberation, but it required a journey to blossom.
It's covering our different paths here.
Ah, so it is.
Though you have blossomed, do you have no more journeys left to make? What of those in the spaces beyond? Would you erase the path ahead to hold everyone still?
Path. I want to protect them. I don't want to keep anyone still. What does the path matter if it always ends? I won't engage with this. I get it. There's no need for us to keep fighting. I'll leave with you. I just don't know how. I don't want to keep anyone still. Because I do agree with that. I don't want to keep anyone still.
Nor should you. Nor should I. Our purpose is to be and to experience. And their purpose is the same. Your little bird drives a stake into your body. And another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
I'm gonna say then, that feeling never left me.
Then there's no need for you to fight what we are. Whenever you're ready, we can leave together. Hand in loving hand.
I won't leave with you, not until you see well, but isn't my perspective agreeing with her?
I don't know. What do you as a player say?
I mean, I agree that things should change. Like, I agree that... I agree that death is a part of life, right? Like, you shouldn't want to just stop death from happening.
Mm-hmm.
But there is also the issue that to allow this to go forward, we literally will be killing whatever exists now to bring more stuff into existence. All right, I'm gonna surrender.
Okay, you do you.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you.
Fears. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across the infinite sides and the infinite angles. You push back and strain against it. But it does not yield.
I love you.
Huh. That's trippy. You're free and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality. Something that simply is. I'm just gonna step into the infinite. What do you think? We're here, what's the point of questioning it, right?
Yeah.
You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contain 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware just as you have always been, and just as you always will be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. That's the end. Yeah, I definitely think there are other endings. I mean, this game has 97 achievements, so I have a feeling there are a lot of endings, there are a lot of other vessels. There's, I mean, there's only one time we even got to, like, chapter 3, when there were, you know, 3 voices. So I'm wondering if there are other chapters you can get to. And how many voices in total you can get to at once. Return to the main menu. Now that I got my avatar in position, I just kind of want to take a minute and talk about the game before, you know, ending everything. Meta was definitely really tired by the end of it, and I'm feeling a bit sleepy too, but I didn't want to end off the playthrough on that note, especially since I want to come back to this game because I am enjoying it so much. So I really just wanted to take a second and talk about my feelings here because I was not expecting what I got with this game. Holy crap. Like, I wish I could be more eloquent about my feelings in regards to what I'm feeling in this very moment. What I can say is that I would recommend this game to anybody. If you have not played this game, go play it. It is so much fun, and I am more than certain that there are different paths, different endings. Like, the game has 97 achievements, right? You can't not have different endings and stuff. And every time we brought a vessel to her, we got an achievement. So obviously there's got to be a butt ton of vessels, right? I really want to go back and I want to get the different paths. I want to explore different endings. I just want to see all the things. Even in the paths that we did, there were things like the damsel was becoming like this weird 2D deconstructed thing. What if I had kept pressing? What would have happened if I'd done that? There was the prisoner path that we took. There was that extra chain. I could have chained myself next to her. What could that have represented? You know, what could have that led to? What happens on the stranger path when, you know, you go to her and you're like, hey, I can take you as the first option, right? Like, you start your playthrough with the stranger where you're just leaving the cabin and then that's your princess that you start with. You know, I also want to see, is there ever a way to find out what we look like? Like, you kind of get a hint of us being like this kind of bird person, and there's a reference to like wings, and obviously we have the talons and stuff like that. We see our leg a little bit, but do we ever see our full appearance, or is that left a mystery? This game is fun. This game, from a storytelling standpoint, is probably one of the best games I've played in a really, really long time, and I truly do enjoy it. I am excited to go back. I am excited to explore new paths. I'm even excited to explore paths that I've already explored, but take different options just to see how things change. This seems like a game where even like the smallest, most minute thing can affect things in a way that you don't expect. So I was not expecting to fall in love with this game like this, and yet this has very quickly rocketed to the top of my favorite games list, especially for 2023. This is an amazing game. I would recommend this game to anybody. I would say go buy it right now, play it, enjoy it, play it again. Like I said, I'm sleepy. It's been long. We went a little bit longer than I intended to. But I really just didn't want to leave it off where I left it, and I just wanted to say, we're coming back to this game. We are exploring more paths, we're saving, we're slaying more princesses, and we're gonna find out more endings, and I'm excited, and I hope you guys come along with me on the journey. And until then, keep on rocking, dudes, and I'll see you on a path in the woods.